Hello and welcome back to Journey to 3000. It's day 39. Starting a game. Had a good couple of days. And we're doing well. But Tuesday's my busy day, so it's pretty late. So let's try to play solidly. Immediate G3, we go D5. What? Okay, I'm gonna gain a tempo. Is that my opening? I sure hope so. Let's not do that move. That move seems terrible. By that I mean bishop here. Thinking about just fianchettoing. Opponent's playing nuclear fast. Nuclear speed. Is that a speed? That's not really a speed, is it? Anyway, I don't really care if he doubles up my pawns. He gives up his best bishop. Okay, he's playing with some speed here. Thinking about claiming the center here. With the pawn e5. And then rook e8. And I think my knight jumps pretty nicely into here for now. Admittedly, as soon as it's kicked, this will be hanging. Definitely a bit distracted at the moment. Let's just move our rook out of the way so we can play b6. Seems like a good idea to me. But now we can't play b6, can we? Because takes blunders. But we can take and play b6 just fine. Which is what I'll go with. My neighbor's dog is outside. It's great. It's a great time. Channel's been doing pretty well. We've got about 150 subscribers. I'm thinking about setting up some fun things like some viewer battles or something. But for now, perhaps we can get the bishops off or fork his queen and his king, because noticeably he put himself in that position. Well, I'm blundering. This is terrible news. I do wonder if I can play here. Let's just take first. Don't really have any checks, do I? Alright, maybe just be down a pawn here. Well, that's a bizarre move, to be sure. But is it a bad move? Not so sure. Let's just start eyeballing. Definitely not playing with my usual precision today. If we consider our usual play precise. What am I thinking? I'm thinking we push this rook somewhere. Maybe that'll do something. But all in all, our position pretty much stinks right now. Oh, let's see. Okay, I got a trick. Rook here, maybe queen here. I can do something. Or he'll just ignore it. It's a real shame. Just keep throwing this down the board. You notice if rook here, I can take here just fine. And we have we're alive. We are alive. Barely. Set up a tactic. I'm guessing bishop here or something? I don't know. How do I get my knight here? It takes a while. Unfortunately. But I do need to clear the knight out of the way anyway. And I get a tempo when I play here, so let's start with this. And all of a sudden, actually that happens pretty fast, doesn't it? It happens pretty fast. Okay, what if I just go here really quick? Will I lose? Rook takes, check. Here? Okay, maybe he does have there. I was very excited to play that move, and it's just maybe not a great move. Although, admittedly, I think I'm still fine if he takes. This is a difficult threat for him to deal with. That's for sure. So he's gonna start using time. He's been kicking my ass the whole game. It's terrible. Seems like it blunders pretty much immediately. But I'll take it. Rook takes. Oh, there's a knight there. Boo. Okay, but now I have knight here maybe. This is a reckless game. I'm just not even looking at the board, man. But it looks like we're winning, so I'll take it. Our opponent got a little loosey-goosey with his pieces. And all of a sudden our pieces are pretty good, so we're getting an exchange. We're getting this check, potentially. We're getting a lot. Okay. Let's take. We're gonna pin the queen if the queen takes, and if the king takes, we'll do check, and then a fork. If the queen takes, we take the other rook, and I'm satisfied. All right, fun game. Everybody had a great time. Let me see. We gotta look at the opening here. It was not my super accurate game, but oh, okay. Apparently, we were just slightly ahead the whole game. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna restart that because it only took like 5 seconds. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so the game surprisingly was pretty even the whole time. So we'll take that. Pretty happy with that result. I thought we were much worse, but the game's still even, I'm guessing, because his pieces just, I don't know. I have no idea why the game's so even here. I felt like I was way further behind, but I also felt like I had very easy play as well. There's a couple traps. Maybe it's just because his king is not very happy here. And maybe his pieces are a little cluttered. But I don't even, are my pieces that much better? Like here, really? I'm down a pawn and I'm completely winning. Oh, right. It's just because of this maneuver, which I ended up doing, but and now here it's with check. Okay, so I had that couple moves earlier. I didn't realize how quickly this came. I felt like getting my knight here was a very abstract thing, but when in fact it's just a move with tempo, and then I'm already there when I move here. So, and then after this position's completely busted, and then rook takes. It's a fun little sacrifice. If queen takes, bishop here, and king takes. Well, as we saw, apparently I checkmate, which honestly maybe I should have looked for it, but whatever. What's the checkmate, just for fun? So bishop d4, king here. All right, this is covered, so the rook can't come over. That seems critical. Anyway, so that's another way to continue, but obviously what we did, just winning the rook, is fine. Yeah, and that's the game. I'm gonna play another one because this video is probably short. Anyway, I'm gonna be setting up some like viewer battles or something. I'm gonna do a 150 subscriber video, and we're trying to do some cool things with the channel, like get some suggestions or some Q&A stuff. D4, C5. Okay, we're playing a boring Carlsbad. Although lately I haven't been doing well in this. See that one game where I got absolutely annihilated in a very depressing way. Okay, queen c2 to block the bishop from coming in easily. And I think our position's all right. I almost just want to go here. Allow him to break my g-file and then just attack. Oh, yes. I'm feeling a little bit loose today. Feeling a little aggressive. Feeling a little like I don't want to play the most accurate moves. I just want to get into some chess today. So that's what I'm going to be doing, allegedly. Let's get the dark squared bishop off the board. And then maybe we're threatening bishop takes d5 in some variations when this knight moves. But I think the bishops are coming off the board, and that's not good for him. He does not want to lose this dark squared bishop. That move just straight up seems like a huge blunder. Winning a pawn at least. Let's just play it. And it is the X-ray here. Is that an X-ray? It's just a pin. I don't know. Off to a good start. Sometimes we have easy days. But I say that maybe we lose this game. That's entirely possible. But we're off to a good start. I like the way I played. I played energetically. I think usually I play like, oh, just let me get my plan eventually. But not today. Today we're playing some better moves. So like rook here, we win another pawn. So he has stopped that. That's good. That's good. All right, how do I want to play this? This is the key move to like bump him out. To start, I'm thinking f3. He has to go bishop here, because if he doesn't, I'm going to go g5. And that's going to be rough for my opponent. Okay, king here. Don't want to bother castling. All of the squares are covered, I think. But maybe centralize the bishop, or maybe keep this square under wraps. I'm gonna go with the latter. Hopefully it isn't going to cost me. And then we swing our rook in. Thing is, we can always just play b3 here, so that is the idea. And I am going to go ahead and do that. b3, and the knight's boxed out. And we're quite comfortable here. We're quite comfortable. So let's just keep an edge on the clock with our comfortable position, and then hopefully win the game. Okay, how do I want to respond to this? Maybe bishop on the long diagonal again. We have this maneuver, so let's use it. I don't really like the way my bishop's getting pushed around there with the pawn moves. And now here, this is hanging when he moves his pawn, so he's more restricted than he would be otherwise. That's my reason for that. We're up a pawn. We're up a clean pawn. That just seems so greedy. I don't know why I'm considering moves like that. Alright, let's just go here. Keep the bishop pair for now, even though it's probably not what we want to be doing. Okay. What am I doing here? It's a very important question to ask. I want to double my rooks. I want to cover this square. I want to do a lot of things that I'm preventing myself from doing. Oh, you know what? This looks like a good move. Right? Yes, that looks like a good move. Can't play here yet. Maybe he can. Maybe my king's about to become a little awkward. Not sure. But both our knights are getting in some squares right now. Let's go ahead and take that. And then jump in. We lost the bishop pair. We also perhaps got rid of our better bishop. I don't know. This seems very risky for him. What he just did. He had a good night. Okay, are you guys seeing the same plan I'm seeing? Boom, boom, boom. Win the game. Allegedly. Let's support it again. Can't prevent the move, unfortunately. At least that's what my position is. Getting e5 in, and then our pawns will roll. Just needs to play here. And then we just respond with a calm, cool, and collected a3. We got a nice square for our king now. Everything's going well. Still a little bit behind on the clock, and we've given him a little bit of counterplay, which I'm sure is not technical, to say the least. But we're getting our fancy move in here. Next up on the agenda, let's get our rooks in with king e3, and then we get our rook on the f file. And that's going to be hard to deal with. It's going to be hard to deal with. Noticing our pawn is becoming an avalanche. Bishop's pinned. Worst things have happened. I need that open f file. I'm thinking he should have tried to get the doubled pawns here, but even then I think it's rough for him. Opposite colored bishops, we got to keep that in mind, but I think this mechanism in the position of the double passers is going to be a little much for him to handle. Any rook move, we immediately play d5, and the game's over, pretty much. Although I've been saying this a lot. Okay, he sacrifices the exchange. Let's go ahead and get the rook active. In order to do that, what was a good sacrifice? I'll admit that. I think this is the better move to get the rook active. Keep this pawn. Takes the other way. He gets both pawns, but here he only gets one pawn. And then we're gonna double up. Double up, and our king's gonna handle the passers. You know, that's gonna be that objective. This is very. It should be scary for him, I presume. I got a fun move. Check here with the fork coming. No, that's a terrible move. Never mind. Just ignore me. I have perhaps blundered. Okay, I was gonna go here, but as previously mentioned, that is a terrible move. So why would I ever? What have I done? What have I done? I don't know. Let's just get the king active. Fuck it. I've made a horrible error in judgment. It was never an option. And you're gonna be like, "Why, Andrew? Why are you checkmating yourself?" It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Bishop takes. Rook here, check. Rook takes. Threatening this. And we're gonna take this pawn home. And if we're not getting checkmated, I mean, come on, our position is great. You know, we made a little bit of a slip up here, but you know, we've done dumber things, right? If he goes like king here, I might be threatening checkmate in just a couple of moves. What the? Very aggressive by my opponent. Very aggressive. Okay, we're completely safe here, right? Like, feel like it. Feel quite safe. Okay. He's going for a passer. protect our pawn. No. We got 3 minutes. I think we just push maybe. King there. It's hard to tell. King there, rook check. Oh, it's critical. Let me just liquidate. We could have saved that for another move, couldn't we? Maybe not. Okay, take the pawn. And I think our position's going to be winning. Though, is it easy? That's another question entirely. I hope so. So the problem is he doesn't have a passer. And he doesn't have the ability to generate a passer. And you have to defend this pawn and this pawn. And that seems difficult. Still up a clean exchange, but is it enough? We gotta avoid any more pawn exchanges. And just improve our positioning and threaten the weaknesses. Yeah, let's go after the weaker of the two pawns. Admittedly, this is the weaker of our two pawns, but that's fine. What am I doing? Why am I walking my king all the way back? It just seems so bad. Okay, now we're gonna go this way. Let's king overextend. And then do a little maneuvering here. What the hell? Okay, so we're gonna check. Let's take it. And then let's sacrifice the rook for this pawn and win the game. Hopefully. And I think we're promoting. No way, you have enough. And the pawn's going out. And the game is over. 2 wins. Unfortunately, barely not 21.99, but we'll save that for big episode tomorrow with the subscriber episode. Probably a more interesting game to review. I'm curious if I messed it up at any point. I mean, we're just way ahead. And he makes it complicated because we kind of king d4 was a little bit questionable, to say the least. A little bit questionable, although we're still completely winning. And we made the right decision here. And then his play just allowed the rook sacrifice is in the game, and then he can't stop the last pawn. The key factor is having pawns on opposite ends of the boards there. Made it basically impossible for him to defend, but maybe another pair of pawns come off. It's not looking so good. I mean, obviously, if both pair of pawns come off, it's pretty much a draw, right? How can the rook versus bishop is a draw? So that's why keeping pawns on the board favors the attackers, but we traded off a lot of pawns, I think. Especially our favorite pawns, but he did a good job. This rook sacrifice I like. It's a very practically oriented, although I think we were fine with their activity, and then we played this move, which is pretty horrible. Yeah, just king. Okay, king e7. Like, what the hell? Oh, rook d6. Yeah, okay, that's completely winning. But I saw some hallucinating tactic with like, oh yeah, if he goes here, I can block, and then when he takes with the rook for no reason, I have a fork. But for two reasons, he can take it. And second off, he'd just take with the bishop and then take it. And then third off, I'm almost getting checkmated in this corner, but luckily I'm not. So the game's fine. But we almost threw it, but we didn't. That's been day 39. 2 wins on the board. I think that is the first time we've ever had more than one win in a game, in a video. And I say that thinking now of the tournament video where we had 4 wins. So that was a lie. But I've updated the score. I'm gonna release that a new video, the subscriber special. I'm gonna call it the subscriber special, but we're gonna have a bunch of new things going on. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.